We're in the second week of the trading for the $1 Million Challenge, where I do 3 specific accounts, and I'm trying to take each one to $1 million, starting with varying balances, low balances. If you have not been updated on what's going on, you have to go back to last week and watch the first few videos. You can do that by going to the YouTube channel and clicking on playlist, and you'll see the $1 Million Challenge video. We're going to make sure that we include all the links in the description for the playlists and all that, because I did a specific training on how I plan on getting there every step of the way. So if you guys can hear me, I just want to make sure, just go ahead and type that in the comments, make sure that you guys can hear me. And as I have always tried to remind you, because I've been getting comments, people saying, hey, I'm not getting the updates, I need to know what's going on. Well, you got to hit the subscribe button and the notification so that you get notified whenever I go live. And it's going to be traditionally about 9 o'clock, which is what time I go live right now. And it's 9 o'clock now, Eastern time. And so I might make changes if something happens along the way and I make a trade or I make adjustments, and different things can happen there. So we'll be keeping our eyes on all of that. So what I'm going to do today is, first I'm going to update you guys on the currency trades, because the currency side is open right now and the stock markets are not open. We're going to go ahead and look at currency first, and then after that I'm going to look at the stock trades that I have, because the market opens in about 30 minutes, and then we're going to look at options. And I'm going to talk a little bit about Wednesday, because I'm going to do a giveaway on Wednesday. So that's another reason why you want to hit like and subscribe, because I'm going to be doing some cool giveaway stuff, and I'm really excited about it. And so make sure that you follow me there so you can get the giveaway. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with the trades, and we're going to bring up the charts. So first I want to talk about the euro dollar trade. So if you guys didn't get the information on this one yet, it was done. I did the initial analysis a week ago. I entered the trade, I think, on Wednesday. And yeah, Ben's pumped. He's happy about the Wednesday giveaway. I like that enthusiasm. It's going to be really fun too. I'm going to do it in a cool way. And I'm not a guy that's known for fun because I'm just kind of boring. But I'm trying to make it fun. So anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at this euro dollar. So you can see this trade on the euro dollar. I entered in back here, okay, and the initial entry was based off of more of a long-term time frame with the daily. So if we'll go back and just kind of review the whole trade idea, just starting even from a weekly time frame, just to give you guys an understanding. So you can see we're in a weekly downtrend, but we had a triangle develop on this weekly chart, and it broke out of the triangle. It also broke out with this by passing over the 200 period moving average. And then it even broke another key level, which I had highlighted right here. It broke this level. The level was right here. You can see all the way back here. These levels actually do make a difference long term. This was 2010. So so when you break an old level like that, that's really important. So it broke a level that was from 2010. That's a really big deal. And so right now we have some more levels right here to be looking towards, which is 125.74, and that's really important as well. So that's one thing I'll be looking at for targeting. Now let's zoom in a little bit and see the most current price action. And this is MT4, and this is an indicator. These are all tools that I've developed. The reason I like MT4 is I can create my own tools to help me trade better. And so these are tools that I developed. I'm actually going to delete this volume. I don't use that all the time. This is a MACD indicator. It's a custom MACD that I created. It's actually free for you guys if you want to download it. We'll post the link in the description as well. It's in the old links for the beginning of this giveaway. And then this is the money management tool. It helps me buy and sell without having to adjust anything. It does it automatically. It does all the calculations for me. And it gives me a little update here so we can see what's going on with the trade and where my stop is and all that stuff. So right now, it is currently in an uptrend, and we have some support down at about 196.20. And let's go ahead and look more at what I was looking at for an entry. So I got in off the bounce of this. You can see the bounce off of this 200 period moving average. And also the MACD was starting to go negative. Okay, so the MACD was starting to go negative. And you can see the last time it started to go negative and then reverse positive, we had a really big move. So I might have got in a little bit early on it because it still didn't have the full negative force, but I saw this pin bar here. So price was rejected, and then I had a bullish candle. So it was a price point, MACD, bullish price action. Okay, and then let me delete these trend lines just to give you a clear picture of even more. We had a lot of confirmation. I also put a downward trend line like this, okay, and it popped up above, and I had a pending order, and so there we had the entry. Now, moving further on, it also was a crossover on the 4-hour time frame on the MACD. Let's adjust this trend line a little bit so you guys can see a little better on the 4-hour. So it broke this trend line, and then I waited for it to come back down, bounce off of this, and then this was my entry. So I had an actual pending order, and it went in, and it came up, hit my pending order, and then it moved up. Now, if you wanted to know my whole money management strategy, that was back on last Monday, so it's been a week. I trained about this. I started the balance at 2,100, and I'm still there because the trade hasn't closed yet. I'm still at $2,100 on my balance. Now, with this particular trade, I ended up moving the stop loss to break even because I was very close to my target. I was only 15 pips away from my target, which would have doubled my account, because my goal is for every trade, I'm trying to double my account. And I'm trying to do it in 11 trades to get to $1 million. So I have to do 11 doubles to get to $1 million. And the challenge for that is trying to win 11 trades in a row. It's really hard. But I have some cool money management tweaks in here that's going to try to help make sure I'm not going to risk everything and blow the entire account, because my risk is going to be higher than what was normally recommended. And that's why I forgot my disclaimer. Disclaimer is that this is for educational purposes only. I'm not recommending any trades. It's trading is very risky. Do not trade money that you can afford to lose, cannot afford to lose. That's just the nature of trading. So in this particular demonstration, I'm using a little higher level of risk than what most professionals would recommend, but that's because we're trying to scale rapidly. In life, if you're trying to scale rapidly, you got to take more risk. That's just the nature of reward. So anyhow, now we're in a situation where we are pulling back here, and you can see that it's above this 50 period moving average on the 4-hour, but we still possibly could go down some more. I really believe that. Could probably hit this 200 period moving average again. It really could. I'm hoping that it just reverses right here, hoping we get a nice strong bounce and pop. We got a little bit of bullish price action. My current trade is up $730, so that's not bad. If we do get a little bit of a price break here, where price moves up again, I'm gonna actually, it's kind of silly how I said that. I will move my stop loss up a little bit more to lock in, because I have my stop currently locked in about $60 of profit. Okay, so even $60 is not terrible. It's just not where I want to be. Since I was so close though, one of the things that would have really upset me was it wouldn't have upset me. It's part of calculating the risk. I'm verbally explaining my thought process and how I think and how all this works, because, I had to make a decision. And when you're writing your trading plans, you have to make a decision. So I could have left my stop loss down here, but then if I would have been 15 pips away and then gone down 150 pips and taken the loser, that would have been terrible, because I'm trying to grow my account to $1 million, and I was 15 pips away from my first double. And so how would you feel if you were 15 pips away and you ended up losing the whole trade? It doesn't feel good. Has anyone, let me know in the comments or hit a like button, but has anyone ever been like a few pips away from your trade and then the whole thing reverses on you and you take a loss? Has anybody experienced that, and how does that feel? It's terrible, right? So I didn't want to go through that, especially because since I'm risking a little bit more, I'm trying to manage my risk and tighten it up. So I was really pleased with my entry. My entry was really good, in my opinion. I timed it just right on the crossover of the MACD, the breakout. I took really good time on it. When we do analysis on our trades, we like to follow the process. If I can follow the process on the trade, then the outcome is not going to make me angry, because I just know that I did what's right. Okay, if I do the right thing, I maintain self-discipline, I follow my plan, I do my due diligence on planning and preparing to take the trade. If I do all of that, I'm controlling the only thing that I can control. And you might hear me say the same things over and over again. One of my mentors has told me that teaching is repetition until learning takes place. And so I'll be saying this over and over again, and eventually you guys will be like, oh, I get it. Or maybe you'll be watching another guy. I might not be the one that delivers the revelation, but you might be watching another guy and you'll be like, oh yeah, I remember that now. Because sometimes it just takes a long time. Like for me, I'm sometimes a little dense up here, and it's like I can hear something and it just doesn't sink in. Or it's really funny, like for those of you guys that are married, this is a lesson on listening to your wife. My wife could tell me something like 20 times in a row, and then like some stranger comes up to me and tells me the exact same thing that my wife has been saying. And I'm like, yeah, that's a great idea. And then I go tell my wife, and she's like, I've been telling you that for weeks, but you didn't listen to me. And so sometimes, we don't always listen, right? We don't always listen. So anyways, we're going to be saying this, saying this often. So we can't control what the market's going to do. I gave myself every opportunity to double my account in the first trade. And I'm really pleased that I followed the process. And whether this comes up and hits the target or whether it doesn't hit the target, I'm okay, because I followed the rules. Okay, so that's a really good thing. So now what I'm going to do, and then I have another trade that we haven't taken yet, but it's what I'm analyzing. What I'm going to do, I'll go to that next. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to keep this stop loss right here. If it stops out, then I lose. I win $60. So either way, I can't lose. Now, the one situation that I will try to change my stop loss is if we get a breakout here. So I'll draw a little trend line right here. And it looks like it wants to go down right now. And if that's the case, well, then I'm done for this trade, and I'll have to reload. That's okay. But if it breaks up above this trend line and breaks above these moving averages, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my stop loss right here. So I'm going to actually lock in another 11 pips. And this is right now almost $28 per pip. So 11 pips is a decent amount of profit that I'm going to lock in if it does that. So that's how this works. So the starting capital with this challenge was $2,100. And I'm currently in profit on this particular trade, $643. Okay. So now I want to go to my other trade, which was a pending order that I had placed. It's a pending order on the pound New Zealand, and I'll do the analysis on that. This pending order didn't get triggered. So we put the pending order right here, and it didn't get triggered, which is a good thing because the price didn't go in the direction. So let me just do the analysis. I was waiting for this to break out to the upside. It was a downtrend, but it had been making some good progress, and I was waiting for this to break to the upside, and we were currently in a triangle. So now that I put the pending order in, you can see this green changeover. I was going long because of this changeover here. However, it is now going back down. So it may be changing into a down trade because we see this MACD, it's green, and then it goes back over. So let's take a look at the hourly time frame. And the hourly is moving lower. It just broke the low of the day. You see that? It broke the low of the day. And now we're moving. So remember, this is a pending order. So this was my original. Let me review my initial plan. My initial plan was waiting for this to break out on the daily time frame. So let me zoom up. I was waiting for this, so I put a pending order right here, and it never triggered. So I'm actually not in this trade. So if it comes back up here, I will get in it. So right now that this is going, I don't think it's going to get up here right away. It's going to take some time. And by that, if it keeps going lower, I'm not going to want to take this long until maybe way down here. So what might be a better trade is to take this on the downside because right now it's breaking this lower, but I still wouldn't want to actually enter right here because I like to get in a little tighter. So I'd rather watch this pull back up here in this range, maybe up to this moving average, and then go short right there because see how it just moved over on the MACD. We just broke some levels. Things that I'm always looking for is I'm looking for a crossover. The low of the day is right here. I'm looking for a crossover, some kind of trend line to break, and I'm looking for a crossover on the MACD. So I'm looking for double confirmation on these trades to find the best possible entry. All right, so that's pretty much what I'm looking at right now. I'm going to keep this pending order in for now just to see if this bottom level holds. If it does, because if we look at the daily, it's still green. So it's not over yet. So it could bounce off of here and pop back up. And so I'll keep this up for now, but that's what I was looking at. Another trade that I was pretty interested in was this Euro Australian. Now, if we take a look at this Euro Australian, I mentioned this one on Monday. And remember, I did start this with 2100. I just think somebody asked again, but I mentioned that a couple times. I have 3 different accounts. One account started with 2100, the Forex, which is this one. The other account was options, and that was 800. And then the other account was stocks, and that was 50,000. And I have a spreadsheet for everybody. And we'll post that in the link. The spreadsheet is you can see all these accounts and what I've done on them. So you can check that anytime because I have a link to share with everyone. You guys can check that. Okay, I also use the 20 period and the 50 period moving average and the 200. The 200 is for the big trend, and the 50 period is more for shorter trends. So right now, the shorter trend is saying that we're going up. The bigger trend is still moving down. And yes, I do look at divergence on occasion, because look at this. This was a big divergence. See, when this indicator that I have, the Savvy MACD, it automatically calculates the divergence in for you. So you can automatically see it. You see the green lines here? That's divergence. You see that? That's divergence. So it automatically calculates it in. So we did have some divergence happening. We had some divergence happening. So with this particular setup, we've been going down for a long time. And it could start to change direction. However, the channel is really nice. It's a really nice channel. It's been going for about 800 pips. So once it goes that long, you want to be very careful on following the trend. But we popped up off the channel. It respected that really well. So since it respected that, if we would have taken even this first little trade here, this would have been a 50 pip move, and that, that's not terrible depending on what time frame you want to go. If you want to trade it on an hourly time frame, well, then a 50 pip move's not bad. However, like on this one, this hourly channel, this one moved 200 pips. This one's currently 89. And right now it is crossing over on this MACD to the downside. And so if we get a break up here, that would be an indication of some upward moves. But I'm trying to really stick with the long-term trend here. And so I would rather wait for this to come up to here, right? So if it comes back up to here, this starts getting green again, and then it rolls over, that's what I'd be looking for. And that is what I did on the euro-dollar trade. If we go back to that euro-dollar trade, I waited for this to turn red before I actually entered the trade. And right now it is headed lower. If the euro odd bounces, that might be good for the euro dollar. It means the euro would gain a little bit of strength in that regard. So we'll be watching this and we'll be checking it out, and I'll be keeping you updated. So right now I've only taken the one trade. It's up $535. All right, now we'll go ahead and take a look at the stock side of things. And remember, make sure that you hit that subscribe button if you just came in to get the notifications so you can watch this journey to $1 million on 3 different accounts. And hit the subscribe button. And you also have to hit the notification so that you can get notified when I make trade changes. And as always, it's for educational purposes only. You do risk what you can risk and only what you can afford. So so that's that. Okay, so let's go ahead now and take a look at the stock side of things. All right, so one of the trades that I took here, and actually this was not the challenge trade. This was another trade that I had on, which is this FNKO. FNKO, you can see, is a very nice up move here. Price is moving down here into the 50 period moving average. It's dropped back down, and now we're breaking back up. So at 11, right where we're at right now, is a really good price. I got in already at 12.76. My pricing on that was not great, but what I did was I got out on this breakout. You see how this level had a breakout right here? And so the day that it broke out, I took that breakout, because 52-week high breakout is a really nice trade for a stock. It's a sign of bullish momentum, and it did work pretty well. It went from 12.49 to 13.44 in a day, but then it hit a new level and it pulled back. So now is almost the perfect time for this. And so when the market opens, I'm going to consider adding a little bit to this position. If I did add some more to it, it would drop my share. It would drop my share down, and that's a really good thing. So it would go from 12.76 to whatever would happen when I add to the trade. And so then if it goes back up to the 3.44 level, it would make a really nice profit for me. but I am trying to double on this one. So if it goes up, the reason I think it could double is because it's got a really good growth potential. I do a lot of research, and as this challenge goes on, I'm going to give you guys some research tips and training on how we do this research, things we're going to be looking for, because I'm sure, when I'm holding a trade for a month, you're going to be like, oh man, get it done with this analysis already. We want to see how he finds these gems, and that's pretty interesting information. So I will be teaching that as well. One of the things that I wanted to really pinpoint on this is that this is a little stock market treasure tip for you. Getting the right information, and this isn't just stocks, but it's currency trading, it's everything in life. Getting the right kind of information is really important. And I learned this from some other very wise people a long time ago. And what they had said was, information is really valuable. Knowledge is really valuable. And, they teach you in school, knowledge is power. Get your education, learn a lot, and I believe all that stuff. That's all really true stuff. But the thing that makes knowledge is valuable, but special knowledge, unknown knowledge is priceless, right? And why is unknown knowledge priceless? Well, if I'm trading a stock and I know something that no one else knows about this, well, that is extremely valuable, because I might know that this thing is got some bad news coming out and it's going to tank. So if I know that special knowledge, well, then would I spend a lot of money buying this? No. And it would save me a lot of money. But on the reverse side, if I knew that a new earnings was coming out and I knew that it was going to be great, and well, then I would buy, because I knew that would drive the price up. Another example was, if let's say you're buying a house and a piece of property and there's a bidding war going on, and one person knows that there's oil on that property, well, and the other guy doesn't. Well, would I pay more for that property if I knew that and I had the information advantage that the other guy doesn't know? Yes. And there are some kinds of inside trading that's illegal, and that's when, let me just define that, when someone knows something. Let's say that someone knew something that worked at this company, the president of this company, and I don't know who that is, but if me and him were buddies, and he called me up and said, hey, I know this thing's happening. You need to sell right away because I've got bad news, right? Because we're friends. That's illegal. That's inside information. But other types of special knowledge, research, watching the markets, understanding when key news events are coming out, understanding key catalysts. A catalyst is something that can move something, right? Understanding that is special knowledge that other people might not know. And that is not illegal at all. Even following what's happening with these guys on buying and selling. I look at and see, are the owners of the company buying this company? If the owners are buying, then that shows there's a lot of confidence in the company. If the owners are selling, it's not always bad. Sometimes they're just trying to take profit, right? They're just trying to take profit, and they want to, hey, I sell to take profit too. If I had a stock that I owned a company like that, I would probably sell, but I would be more, if I was really long-term thinking, I would be buying, because that's where you make your money. That's where these guys make their money. The guys that found companies, you look at CEO pay and how crazy it is. Well, the truth of the matter is, most of the CEO compensation and benefits comes from stock price. And if they can help their stock perform by increasing their earnings, well, then they get rewarded with revenue, right? That's how that works. So that's one of the things I look at. So this is a great setup right here. I'm looking for a little bit more bullish momentum. It did break this little downtrend, but there wasn't a big burst. So if we get a nice little pop here, I really like this one a lot. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the other ones that I was looking at, and I'm gonna try to find some new ones too as time goes on, and that'll be really cool here as well. As time goes on, I'm gonna be doing that. So let me go ahead here and take a look at this Fubo. So here's the other stock, if I can get it to pull up. Okay, so this is this it? No. There we go, Fubo. All right, so here's the other one, Fubo. Fubo's pretty cool. It has moved up a lot. Look at this, it's gone from $12.40 all the way up to, oh, the market just opened, so we'll see if there's any action here. It's gone from 12 all the way up to 62, and then all the way back down to 22. So the thing about this company is it's a pretty decent company, and they're growing. Their earnings are supposed to grow by 50%, and this 50% is the expectations on these earnings. It looks like FNKO's down a little bit so far today, so we'll be watching for a pop. But with Fubo, you can see it gapped up. So I got in this trade on what day was that? What day did we take this? Friday. I took this on Friday at 34.38, and we're already up $6. So that's pretty cool. And this level right here is really powerful. Okay, this level is gold. And so because we put a really large size investment on this, this is up a lot of money right now. I'm up a lot of money. Even today in today's trading, it's up 8%. And so this is a great trade. And I actually haven't looked at how much it is up. Let me see if I can find it here. Let me pull that up to see the actual profit on it. So the actual profit on that is $6,000. I'm up $6,000, and that was since Friday. So it's pretty cool to be able to make $6,000 in one day. Do you not agree with that? If you guys think that's pretty cool, hit the like button, subscribe. That is pretty interesting. So, but again, I could have lost 6,000, right? Educational purposes only. Don't do what I'm doing. Do what you can do, because I have a different level of experience than you. I mean, we're just not the same people. You got to go with what works for you. So today we got a nice gap up, and the momentum is kicking. We're already at 11%. So this is just really a good trade. One other thing I wanted to mention about this, I want to show you something. I pulled it up in pre-market here to show you this. And it's just a little bit of research on Fubo of why it's kind of a cool stock. Hold on, give me a minute. My computer's being slow. This is it. All right, here we go. So here we go. This is Fubo, right? This is all the channels that they give you, and it's like for $64. So it's pretty cool. You get a lot of. It's basically like, it's like replacing your cable, because cable's so expensive. And so this has really grown a lot. They've been getting just so many customers. Their growth rate's been pretty phenomenal. And so that's a pretty nice lineup. And they also have some stuff that other people can't get to, which helps. So people are really excited about the stock, and they've been just getting tons of customers like crazy. And so that's one of the things that's been moving this up. So right now, this particular stock is up 15% today. My total percent increase is like 25%. So remember, I'm trying to double this, so I needed to get up to the top. But right now, that's pretty awesome. So I'm very excited about that. Okay, so let's keep going. I've got some more stuff to review here. Here we go. Let's take a look at Hexo. Hexo is another one, and I ended up selling my Hexo on Friday because it was holding up too much capital. I couldn't buy my Fubo. I couldn't buy it because I had too much capital used up with this Hexo trade. So I got in Hexo down here and got out Friday, and ended up getting about a $5,000 profit on that. So it was a really good trade. However, if we keep going down here and then I start seeing some candlestick action, I think this thing might pop back up again. Again, it's a very low dollar stock, has a very good growth potential. I think it's with the cannabis industry. There's a lot of opportunity for this to grow. And so really excited about that as well. Okay. Now let's look at CRM. Okay, so CRM, is this a daily? No. CRM we got on this breakout up here, and I am at a very difficult position right now. I'm at a difficult position because it's at a support level or resistance level. You see, we have resistance right here, resistance right here, resistance right here. Now there's resistance from the 50 period and all of this. So I'm up right now. To just today, this went up about $117 on the option. And that is, that's good that I'm up. However, I've got to worry about this level. So I have this option at 6 months. So again, we always have to make decisions. So I'm going to say, okay, I believe that this thing is an upward channel, and I believe that it's going to break this channel. Okay, when you get a bullish channel like this, I think we're at least going up to 244, and I think we could break and go even higher because, again, this is a company that's growing. They've got good revenues. It's Salesforce, and they are growing rapidly. So let's see if we can zoom out. Look at what their growth has done. They were at $5, and you can just see they just keep on cranking up, right? And so now, what do we see? This is a weekly chart, CRM. Look at the awesome looking candle on the weekly. This is a really good thing. This is a very bullish candle. We haven't seen a candle like this in a while. We saw one here, and it didn't quite take off. Didn't quite work, but this next one might. And so if we break this level, that'll be very important. So I'm currently up nicely on this trade. I've got 6 months. It expires because it's an option. It will expire. It expires in July. So I gave myself a total of 6 months to get the maximum move. I am anticipating that this actually goes up above 300 in that 6 month period. And so I'm waiting for some good earnings reports to come out and some things like that. And that is what it is. So I'm jumping back because somebody posted in the comments, my euro is getting wrecked. Yes, the euro is getting wrecked. I'm up $450, about $500 right now. And so I think that we might be in trouble there, but I still have another trade because I'm at break even here. Okay. So with that being said, right now, I'm just going to not really do anything on this, but I'm just going to watch this level. And remember, when you're trading options, the price of the option, I don't have a stop loss on it because I risk the entire amount on the trade. So if I win the trade, I make money. If I lose the trade, I lose everything that I put into it. It's not like a stock trade where I get a position. So with that being said, I've updated everything. Now I'm going to give you another one that I'm looking at for here today. And it is this. I'm actually looking at a lot of stuff, but this one here is one that I'm looking at. Let's take a look. You can see it broke some key levels here. This is a weekly time frame. It was moving low, 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 moving down. And then last week, couple weeks, it really cranked up, right? And you'll see, let's draw some trend lines here. You can see it broke this level, and it also broke this level right here, and a double break, very similar to what we were looking at on that Euro chart. And right now, from there, it's pulled back, and it's consolidating. So consolidation is really important. It's been consolidating for 5 weeks. It's got to consolidate before it breaks. And so let's go to a daily. A lot of consolidation. We are at the top of this level. We are in a little zone here. And so I'm going to wait for this one to maybe pull back and then take off, or build a little trend line, maybe a bear bull channel. But if I get some bullish momentum on this one, it'll really work out well. So let's take a look at the spreadsheet. If I can find that link anywhere, maybe I can find it on my YouTube channel. Let's see here. Where is my spreadsheet? Okay, the spreadsheet shows all of the trades. My spreadsheet. Wrong video. Okay. All right, well, I can't find it. Let me give one more thing. I'll look one more place for it. Sorry about that. Let's grab this real quick. There we go, I found it. Okay, I'll post that in the chat. You can see everything. Now let me pull it up so you guys can look at the screen. Okay, so this is all of the stocks that I'm currently trading. My current profit level, euro dollar's up 500. CRM is up. It's actually not up a lot because it just pulled back a little bit. It was up more. It's only up $10 right now. I didn't put any results because nothing's closed yet. Pound New Zealand is not entered because of the pending order. Fubo is entered, and it actually is up a lot. Actually, Fubo, let's check that. Fubo is currently up 7,500. So we go 500, 10. So that's $510, not entered. Fubo's up 75, so that's 8,000. And then I took a shorter on Twitter, which let me take a look at that chart. That's actually not doing well. Let me pull that one up. That one I went short on because I believe that it could go down here to 40. And so I think that it was going to roll lower. Today it's up a little bit, so I'm down a little bit on that trade. So I'm down $20 on that one total. So we've got 8,000 in profit minus 22. So I'm up about $8,000 right now is my P&L. I'm not going to update anything until the trades actually close, but you guys can check all of that out. All right, so one other thing I wanted to mention is that I'm currently doing a new training course, and it's an RSI training, and it's a educational course that I've had a lot of my trading experts that I rely on for my research, my trading experts that I rely on that teach me, that give me education, that help me prepare for my trading. I've got a very good staff. I have that training being released, and I'm going to post the link in the chat here right now. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it here. It should be coming into the chat. There it is. Okay, let's take a look. Let me, there it is. Thanks. And all right, so here it is. This is just a training. It teaches you all about the RSI, a lot of different strategies, quite a few videos connected with it, a lot of PDF guides, 8 PDF guides, 10 videos, interactive forum, a lot of different things that it comes with. So if you want to check that out, please do. I'll pull that up here. You can see it. It's pretty interesting. I love to build education so people can really dive in and get the same kind of knowledge that I've been able to accumulate. So let's take a look here. So I don't know if you guys saw this Twitter chart yet. This Twitter chart is pretty cool. I think that if it stays below this moving average, we could have another one lower. I went off of this weekly chart or monthly. You can see that we had a drop. I'm looking for this to go down to 40, and they've had some negative news lately. Let's see what CRM, what was their news? That little thing means news. NVIDIA is up too. That was another one that I was looking at. I've been wanting to trade NVIDIA. You can see right here, there's a wedge happening. And so I'm waiting for this to break out and to pop out of the wedge here on NVIDIA. Okay, well, I want to just remind everybody that I'm going to do a giveaway on Wednesday, and I'm going to do it differently. So you have to show up on Wednesday, and I'm going to give you instructions at the time on how to do it. And so it's going to be fun, and I'm giving away a lot of cool stuff, and I'm going to be teaching, and you're going to get some great trade updates. So make sure you show up to that. Hit the subscribe button so you get notified, the like button, and thank you guys. And if you have any questions, I'll open it up for questions for a few minutes. Thanks, Chris and Ben. Appreciate it, guys. And CRM gapped up, and now it's dropping a little bit. FNKO is making a nice move. It started out lower, and today it's moving up now. So I'll be watching that one. Might add on to that one as well. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Make sure you come back. I want to see you guys on Wednesday. I appreciate everyone, and thank you guys so much. Bye. Oh, Chris came up with a question. Hold on. Chris says, how do I keep your trade on without turning off your computer? Okay, so that's a great question. The trade is hosted on the broker account. So once I take the trade, I don't need to be online anymore. As long as I have my stop loss and my take profit and all that stuff calculated, I don't have to be in front of the computer. Once the trade is on, it's hosted on the broker servers. And so my computer does not need to be on at all. And so I do not, I don't have to worry about that one way or the other. All right. Well, any other questions? Any other good stocks to look at? You wanted to look at Tesla. I will take a look at that real quick. I like Tesla. Tesla's actually breaking out. I took Tesla way back here and at 400, and it went up to, it hit a double, and it was a very short period of time. I will admit I did not take the double. I got out early. Normally when I'm trading, I don't always hold for a double. This is just a special training. Normally I will hold it, let a trailing stop happen. If I start to see it drop, I'll get out. So usually I'm trying to go to a 5–10% gain, and I just do that over and over and over again. But in this case where I'm doing the challenge, I'm doing it a little differently than what I normally do. And right now we're breaking a 52-week high. So as I said with FNKO, I like 52-week highs. I think they're cool. When it breaks out, that's momentum. So, you know, if you want to trade this on a breakout, that's a great idea. It's a great way to trade. So I would definitely recommend, you know, for educational purposes only, that this is probably a great trade. NIO, same type of thing. It's pushing up towards the 52-week high. I think this is a good trade also. I did take this one on this breakout right here at 44 and got that one pretty nice. You can see I already had the lines on there, so I did take that one. Another one I wanted to mention while we're here is Wayfair. Wayfair was very similar to CRM because it's a good growing company, but it was in a bearish little wedge here, a bullish wedge, and then finally it broke out. So what you're seeing here happen on this W on Wayfair is what I'm trying to do with CRM. This is what I'm hoping would happen. I got into Wayfair and I took some options trades on it, and it popped up, and we had a really nice move on it. And so I think that would be a really solid play here. Okay, my stop, I don't know where the price is, but it's actually, I'm already out. I'm out of the trade on Euro. So I'll update that. I made $60 on the trade. So we'll update that, and we'll try to find a new trade on the next session. If I find anything earlier, I will let you know, but I'm not going to be trading tomorrow. I'm actually taking tomorrow off, and so all of my trades will probably not get adjusted that much. And so there's not going to be a lot happening there. All right, well, thanks, guys, and that's it for now. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye.